Welcome to the people who will be watching this later live, because right now there's nobody. So to counter that, let's share that I'm live on my Facebook page. Well, let's first share it on Twitter. I'm live, and let's share it. Okay, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, and share again. Boop. Okay, I shared everything, so let's minimize it. And yeah, dropping frames, dropping frames, dropping frames. That's a really good way to start the stream off, with dropping frames. I love that. Let's close a few windows. And I will close Discord after I share on Discord. Share, 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 share. Exit Discord. Let's see if everything's fine. I'm exiting every single thing that I can. Quit, yes. Hello. I'm having a bit of stream issues, but let's close up Chrome and everything else. Discord, let's quit Discord. Hello, welcome. Yeah, the moment I quit Discord, my stream is back. It seems Discord is doing something to the stream for some reason. Just give me a second. Welcome, Sone. Thanks for joining me. I'm starting in a minute. I just wanna no. StreamYard is getting timed out, and my stream is again having I'm having some issues with my frames dropping a lot, so we'll see how this will go. I'm using ArtRage, and oh, again low. These are really good beginnings for the stream, definitely. Or is it my internet provider? It wouldn't be unusual if it's my internet provider. Let's turn this off. So basically I exited everything, and now I'm trying to see what's wrong with my stream. I'm dropping frames like crazy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna begin anything if I have a connection so bad. Yeah, I will. Fuck it. I'm gonna do a bit of thumbnailing. Yeah, this must be my my connection problems for some reason. Add more saturation here. I'm gonna do like a reddish scene here. Maybe it's not like a nighttime, and in the far away we can see some interesting pretty colors happening. Okay, let's sample this one. Okay, let's add a more reddish version of that. So I have two versions of this red. One is a bit more desaturated. Let's just make it a bit more desaturated. Just to have something to sample from, that's always desirable. And let's zoom. I'm gonna stay zoomed out because I don't wanna mess around with too much zoom. So again, selecting a color, making a subtle variant, you can't even see it probably. So just for reference for future use, maybe I could do a fun little play and just spend this entire stream just using these colors that I picked. Now I'm picking through them and comparing their values just for value's sake. You can see here in the color picker, the arch here is the color's value. You can see this one is darker, this one is like middle dark, this one is almost completely at the middle, so we need a bit more lighter colors. So let's add a yellowish green here. Just put it somewhere so we can have a few lighter colors on the screen. Hello, Daisy. Denise, welcome. Art of Chinara. Daisy. Why is Daisy in my head? I don't know. I don't know any Daisies. So welcome, Chinara. Welcome to the stream. Your name is now Daisy. Daisy Knees. Let's make this dark here purple. So I need another dark version, dark color. So let's sample this dark color, put it down here. That's my palette. And I'm having dropped frames so much. I don't know why. Hey, thank you for following me. So we're doing thumbnails, yay! And I'm using ArtRage again. Switching to my oil tool. Let's drop this value a little bit. What can I do? I can pick out this color and just vary a little bit. Welcome, Joel. I have problems with my stream for some reason. It's dropping frames like crazy. Daisy is one of your better names, right? Oh god, this is so annoying. You're ready to learn from the painting master. I'm not sure if this stream will be good enough for learning because of all the things that happen, like drop frames and everything, but we'll see. I'll give it my best. No, I'm lagging because of on my side. On my side, it's lagging. It's not on yours. Okay, let's again pick this red and sample a darker version of that red. Maybe a warmer version of that red. And just have it here, and I can mix it up with the regular color using my... Why is my rotation so wonky? I'm not sure. Okay, this is a mix that I want. And now sample this color and pick a lighter version that's more saturated, halfway to light, and now paint it on here. And this color, more blue, just for fun. I'm just painting little thumbnails. We'll see how they will, how it, oh god, I forgot to speak, how it will work. I guess I'll be more... Hello, Cheese! Also, you can just call me Cheese. Welcome, Cheese. I see you're a subscriber, so that's really nice. Thank you for subscribing. I think, or you're a Turbo member. I'm not sure. There's a little... No, you're a Turbo member. The little icon by your name is weirding me out. Let's add a river here. Yeah, the stream is really giving me problems for some reason. Let's make this a river here. And this can be like a big skull, maybe like, I'm a big skull. Or not. Or not, I'm not sure what will I put here. Maybe I'll just do like a big skull here. It's not a skull, it's horrible. I'll just lose it in the background. Can I say your beard is majestic as always? Yes, you may. Thank you so much. As majestic as ever. I like to hear that. I'm a very vain person. Super vain. So we're doing a reddish landscape with some maybe rocks and something like that. I'll figure it out. So I don't want to bother with being detailed. In this stage we just want to set up the default, like the way how the image will look. Chinara asks, do I use XSplit? No, I use OBS. OBS is my weapon of BS. My weapon of BS is OBS. Welcome everybody. I see a few more names in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, in my live window by the left. I can see you. I can see you lurking. Anyway, welcome. Nice of you to join me on this little, let's try to paint something stream. So I'm using the oil brush in ArtRage, one of my favorite tools. I mean, I usually use a limited scope of tools, one of them being the oil brush, which looks like this. The second one being a pastel brush. The third one is the pencil. I really like them, so let's yeah, on my side the stream is a bit better. We'll see how it looks. I just want to try Chrome again. Yeah, it seems to have fixed a little bit, not much. Yeah, thank you for your patience. I had so much problems on the beginning of this stream. Let's get this one. Just a few more colors in, and let's try another. We can try another color as a main color. So let's take this as a main color. And then add this. And see what interesting mixes we can get in. Let's make this like a moon or something. We'll definitely need to have a lighter color here. And here. So I'm just having fun with blobs of color. It's super refreshing. No worries, no. The main worry is, does it look interesting? Let's get more lighter color here. And now I'm using the pastel tool to smooth things out a little bit. ArtRage seems to be the, Chinara says, ArtRage seems to be more geared to the traditional way of painting. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that can be said, definitely. sample this color, this one, this one. Let's pick this one and this one. So those are our main little colors here. Yeah, my art pen's rotation is being a bit wanky here. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe the ArtRage needs to be updated or something. I'm not sure. Chinara says, I love how distinctive your workflow is. It's completely different from the other artists. Yeah, because I'm doing my own thing for myself, and if it's, let's see what this can be. Oh yeah, this is nice. I like this. When you do stuff for yourself, it can be kind of distinctive. So that can help a lot. Yeah, also these thumbnails can always change. You can always just mix them up and change some things. So I try not to worry about anything. So StreamJar is again being boring, and StreamJar, I will assassinate you. Switch my airbrush to linear dodge mode, so I can just make some interesting colors in the back and here too. Let's time out StreamJar because it's boring. 10 minutes. Thank you, Chinara, for the nice words. I like to have something of my own. This can be a little fortress in the background. Well, I hope somebody else will realize that the distinctiveness of my art working, so I can get more commissions. I finished 2 commissions recently. I'm super happy with them. I will share them later when I get some more people on board. So now I'm using my pencil tool to just get in some shapes. Also, I like this little cloud here, so I will sample that color, like here. And because I want a lighter color of that cloud with this light source here, maybe it's a light source, it will affect the cloud. So I'll pick this orange and mix it in with the cloud color so I can get the highlight. So something like this is the cloud color and this can be the highlight, so like this. Maybe lighter, a bit lighter. This is too light. Yeah, this is kind of rough, but it's still nice thing to think about. It's like a bit of light source and similar, so where the light is coming from and stuff like that, that will help with the establishment of the image. And as the stream says, like what you see, want to throw a tip? Consider donating at streamlabs.com/Zhillustrator, or buying a coffee at this other link. So I'm shilling now for myself. I set up some automated images to shill for me a little bit, to be my Zhillustrator links. Robin Slee says, yeah, I finally managed to catch the start of my stream. Oh, yeah, a lot of people are wondering about how I start my images, but I'm not sure. Like, I have several streams where I do stuff like this, but I am sure that it's better when you watch it live. So welcome Robinsley. Robinsley is a patron of mine, and he can feel free to ask whatever he wants. Or she, he or she. Robinsley says, you'll be looking forward to seeing how you start your painting process. Well, I started very simply, so hope you enjoy what you see. I've been kind of chaotic because I'm preparing to go to Germany soon. I'm going to Germany to a Comic-Con in Stuttgart, and I'm going there in a week, in a week and a half, something like that. Yes, I'm going to Stuttgart. Yeah, I say hi to Anson from me. I don't know who Anson is. What I'm doing now, since I decided that my light will come from this side, and because I put these little highlights on the cloud and on this building, let's make one more. Here too, here too. I'm gonna give another hint that the light is coming from this side by lightening up this part a little bit. That's another little hint you can use when in doubt of how you can represent your light direction. You can always make the side where your light's coming from a little bit lighter. And Chinara, I'll see to say hi to Anson definitely. You're going. My next convention is Germany. I'm not going to Belgium because I don't know. I'm not good at French, so I'm skipping Belgium for now. But maybe one year I can go to Belgium on a convention. Who knows? Cheese says, "This is my first time catching you on stream. You keep posting. I have to learn how to speak." He always misses my streams, so welcome, nice to see you on the stream. Hope you like what you see. And yeah, this is how I start my images mostly, so let's hope you will enjoy it. Maybe I can put this behind this one too. Nah. On this stream I'll try to be aware of myself interrupting myself. Interrupting myself because when somebody comes in the chat I start talking to them and I don't remember what I started talking to on the image. But right now Defencore, welcome to the chat. He says, now this looks cool, and hello yourself. Welcome to the stream. Hope you like what you see. I mean, you do. You said this is cool, so I'm doing little thumbnails in ArtRage and talking about my process, and I'm trying to keep to some colors that I already have here. I really like these thumbnails, thank you. I'm trying to keep to the base colors that I put in here, so we'll see how it goes. The color palette lets me decide and lets me have my colors very early. It's a very helpful tool, so if you like color palettes like this, you can just try ArtRage, and it really does a great work of combining colors and mixing them, and really well. So let's switch to my airbrush and make it soft light mode, so I can just give a little bit of lights to Also, Defincore asks, are you using a flat brush tool? I'm using the oil brush. It's like it's a round tip currently. You can see my strokes are beginning from a roundish stroke. So I'm using a ArtRage's oil brush with the default round brush. I mean, I'm not sure if round brush is the default for ArtRage, but you can set your brush to be round in this here section. I don't know if you can see it, but you can check square head off if you want your brush to be a square head. So you can paint. Let's flip this, whatever I have. Let's just, I'm forgetting to speak, goddamn. Let's flip this and let's paint what I started here. So let's paint one with the square. Alright, what is this color I'm using? It's a very desaturated red. I'm kind of aware of colors that I use. So this is a kind of desaturated red, and if I want a color to pop and contrast with it much, I just move it halfway on this arc. So it doesn't have to be halfway, it can be kind of far from it. But I also change the value to lighter or darker. So I like darker oranges. So let's put a darker orange. Let's use a bigger brush. Let's do this. Defincore, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so now we have two colors that make sense on this. So let's pick this reddish color again. So it's desaturated red, and to have another color that will pop, I mean not pop, that will match it a little bit better. Again, I need for the color to be distinct in both in hue and in value, also in saturation. So we'll see how this orange one is half the way saturated. This red is 0. It's like 2% saturated. We'll just get a fun little saturated color inside here. So let's see again. Bloop, purple, bloop. We can use a red or green, yellow green. We can use yellow green. It's a bit higher in saturation. Now let's make it that way. And using a mix of these three colors, we can always make in-betweens and similar. But for now, it's nice to set up your three main colors. For me, I usually do with 2 or 3 main colors. And now I need to make my canvas rougher, so let's just right-click canvas settings. Let's increase the grain size at 200% and roughness to 52. Canvas color, maybe I can get a canvas color to be a bit darker than white. Let's see. Yeah, I think white really yeah. Let's make it a little bit more light. So I don't want completely light, but I don't want to stand out too much. I want my lighter colors to stand out a little bit. All right. Now what could this be here? Just fill out an area that I like. So also you can mix those colors by sampling them and then using a tool that mixes really nice. So like this one, but for some reason my my art pen does not work nice with rotation. It's very wonky. So I can use the pastel tool. So we found a little in-between color. It's almost desaturated red or purple, pink, something like that. Okay, we'll use this desaturated color to set some highlights in this area. So this may be a mountain or something like that, or a building. And this green is the emanating force of everything. And I'm picking my color from the canvas all the time. Defencore says, are these thumbnails going to be bigger projects in the near future? Yeah, probably. I will try and do work on these only on streams, so exclusively on streams, so you can just see it all the way. Yeah, I'll definitely try. If I work more on them, I'll work on streams, so you can always just open the stream and see the beginning, and then when I work on them more, you can open the stream and see how I made it, like how I made it finished. So for now, it's experimentation. It's just having fun with colors and having some smart ideas as how to get some painterly ideas and similar. I mean, I do keep the painterly look on my images. I like it because for 3D and for other similar looks, you can always go and find other people, you know. I like being more of a painter. So yeah, I figured out this is like a slope, and let's introduce a bit of dynamics. Art of Chinara says, okay, I think I'm language. I need to sleep now. My current job forces me to. Well, at least you have a paycheck, you know. Hope to catch you next stream. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully. Thank you for joining me, Chinara, and we'll see you on my Discord. And if this stream becomes public, you'll be able to see what I did with it. Yeah, what I started to say. Yeah, you can see that I can get lost a little bit in describing things, and I wanted these to be like little slopes behind the mysterious source of light. And I hope people will figure out and see how powerful even the desaturated colors can be sometimes. I use a lot of saturated colors, but also I'm trying to become more acquainted with desaturated colors. Let's move this thing and see where my horizontals are. All right. Defencore says, are you trying to go for more muted colors? No, I want to include them because I like saturated colors, but when everything is completely saturated, you lose the point of it. So I go for muted colors to accentuate the saturated ones. So I'll go for a more muted green or blue or whatever it is to accentuate this saturated green, which is almost full saturation. Or other saturated colors that appear. Maybe there is more yellow here, so let's add it. Sample it here and sample this green also. So between green here and this purple here, we can either try to put in some blue or some red orange, I mean red purple, but I'll opt in with some blue color here, but desaturate it a little bit and figure a way how to put it in, maybe like an interesting little speck here. Defincourt, thank you for hosting me. Let's see how this looks. Can mute it a bit more here. So yeah, this is just a bit of experimentation with colors and and probably I will try and continue these a little bit when I get to it. Maybe a little lag. They also post YouTube videos. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel and you can find it I think it's here. Let me just post all the links. Whoops, it's not here. YouTube. Nope, no command for YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Zhillustrator Paints. You can find it here. Come on, sorry for everybody. I'm trying to type in, but my had text extender application. Let's try it. Should be like this. /Illustrator Paints. It should be my YouTube channel. I post only post streams, and I post time lapses sometimes, but I don't do like YouTube content like other artists. I prefer doing like live streams and similar things. I do have a Patreon and everything, and I also get a lot of people asking like, oh, what do you do, video content and everything. I can't do, it's very demanding. It's very demanding and I don't enjoy it. So that's why I right now at this point I don't do YouTube content. Only stuff like this. this is. All right, let's see how this will look in the end. I'm not sure I'm happy with them. All right, I gotta get going. See you later. See you later, Art, Def and Core. Switched my head to round. I want to move these a bit more. Everything is on one layer. That's another thing that I enjoy the most. Everything's just single layer. It makes everything much easier. Hello Ruby, welcome to the stream. When I do things with one layer only, it gets the interaction between the tools is much easier. Long time no see, Ruby. Welcome. This is in the background. And now let's take another color from here. Let's make it this blue and try and make another. You remember me? Of course I do. I remember people. I remember the names on my streams. So I'm just doing to get some interesting colors on. I can play around with saturation, with the value, and this one will be a bit more bright. Definitely, it seems like it. Your art is still amazing, Ruby says. Thank you so much. I've been doing things a little bit differently for some time. Stranger is spamming. Them out. Let's have a reddish color. With some colors you really need to have need to think about him. Robinsley says, would you be open to giving my own ArtRage sketches a quick look? I'm trying to work out how to take them on the next level. I'm not sure about doing this live on stream, but you can post those sketches on the Discord channel and I will take a look. I would like to. If I do it on the live stream, it would create a bit of confusion for me, and I can see that I'm not really being the best on my best on this stream. I think this temperature is something that gives me trouble. But yeah, feel free to send it to my Discord channel and I'll take a look. So what I'm using this. Do you have my? I'm not sure if you're on my Discord server, but you can somehow, if you follow me on social networks, feel free to just message me if you're on Twitter or somewhere else, because you can't really find my Discord link. I don't share it publicly. I usually give it out on streams and similar. But you can send me in a DM on Twitter. You can. What else? All kinds of things. Let's try and mix these two colors in and see what we get. We get this. I want to paint a little bit of distance. So I'm mixing the colors and of the sky and the colors, this green tone I want to have, almost blue-green. I'm using the pencil tool in ArtRage. These are some clouds in a very light situation. Let's say it's like that. So we're just giving the highlights here. I wonder what will this look like in the end. I feel like it will be kind of different. It's a bit more blue, that's not super vibrant. Again, to anybody new to the stream, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. My name is Živko and I'm a digital painter from Novi Sad, which is a city in northern Serbia. Let's make these some pillars or something like that in the distance. This may be like a jungle or not a jungle, like a forest or something, but it's very zoom it out. Maybe I could do that. I'm not zooming in, I'm just staying quite zoomed out. I'm just adding a few like interesting colors to these blues and greens, adding a little bit of warm, maybe like purplish tone to some of the trees, or like this vegetation, whatever this is. Can even go for a part of this that's maybe falling under some light and it's catching. Some of this light that we're implying with the clouds. Maybe this is my horizon line. Just sample a few colors. This may be a little path. It might be a bit abstract, but never mind. Sometimes I prefer using the pencil tool, sometimes I prefer using the pastel. So it's just a thing of choice, I think. Also, I can always return to a thumbnail and just try and fix it. If I figure out a better way to make it, it's always possible to change it to this process, at this part of the process. It's because it's not something that you spend 10 days working on. You just painted this in like a few minutes. That's also a really nice thing with doing thumbnails. Do not spend a lot of time doing it, so you can always just change it completely if you want. So I'm just moving my guides just to see how much I skew my thumbnails, because that's the real danger. Like if I transform everything, there is a possibility that some stuff will be flipped, and let's move it here. Oh, this turned out okay. So these thumbnails are mostly done for experimentation purposes and not all of them would be good paintings or successful paintings. But, you know, let's just do a live stream with doing this. People often ask, how do I start my images? So this is often how you can see it now. You can see that I'm as lost and as confused as everybody else is. It happens. It just happens that you don't know what to paint, you don't know what to put in, and it's completely normal. Now it's not on your end, it's on my end. The stream is again having issues with I'm again having issues with stream. Dropping frames. It's super annoying. I'm not sure how this will be resolved. Yeah, it's stuttering. I'll see if it continues stuttering. I'll just end it. And for some reason I did not like this, so let's just erase it. Now you can see how art is made. You don't like something that you added to the image very early, and then you erase it. And it's still stuttering, so maybe these are some giants coming here to conquer things. Yeah, it lacked a bit of context, so that's why I just painted over it. Let's add a bit of reddish tones. Not reddish, it's orangish. Let's see if we can make it. I kind of liked this almost skin tone almost that I got here on these giant thingies. So let's just play around with it. I'm really not happy with streaming right now, 'cause it's clunky. I don't like when my streams are started when my streams start to drop frames and similar. It's very It's annoying. Maybe this not. Maybe these are not gems. Maybe this is like a castle or something in the back. Not a castle, like a architecture thing. Again, I'm sorry for stuttering stream. Can't do anything about it. Let's add some reddish colors. Gonna add a few highlights here. So much stuttering. Thank you, internet provider, for ruining my live stream so much. Let's make this. Move this down so I can give it maybe a bit more space up here. Another thing that I love doing is just giving your image a bit of space to breathe. So I just paint in and this knife is, again, I probably mentioned it a few times during this stream. The palette knife is causing me also a bit of few problems. This stream is problem stream. Stream of problem consciousness. It really sucks when outer elements you can't control are being assholes, like my internet provider probably. Thank you, SBB, you monopolistic bastards. At least give me a good internet, I don't care about monopoles. Net neutrality. Alright, you can see it now. Just having added a bit more elements to the upper part of the image, it made it look maybe like something is happening behind. Maybe there is some like spaceships similar things. But in the end, it still started with just a few colors on the canvas. You can always have them on. This could work. Maybe this is like a light. Emanates from some of these shapes. Maybe let's make another one here. So all of these little light elements kind of converge into one bigger one. Yeah, this looks interesting. Also adding a bit of orange in the back, just to contrast with this blue here. I hope the stream is better now. It says on my OBS says it doesn't stutter. Okay, what if I put a river here, maybe? It's a bit of water. A little bit too much, not sure. It's currently too small too. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's make it like a river thing. I'm not sure if it reads, but yeah. Maybe the size of my pencil should help. some foreground here. You can see now art is being made. Completely improvised. And now what to do with this side? Maybe put a bit different color in. So then something to go with this pretty purple thing. So probably be like red purple. This is desaturated, so let's add a bit of saturation, a bit of red. Use the pencil. It's some interesting ground color. Let's move on to the third one and see what to do with that one. Maybe there is some ominous shape looking at us. These can be like skull eyes. Whoa. Let's get rid of this skull thing. It's too obvious. Just give me a second. Boop, I don't like this song. Pick this orangey and sample it, just put it somewhere on the canvas. Maybe we can try and mix it in with this red. Here it is. Now this can be a distant tree line. Let's see if we make this kind of line of trees. No, it's weird. Hello Manji88, welcome to the stream. Hope you like what you see here. And I hope my stream is not stuttering as hell. I've been having quite a lot of problems with my stream losing frames. What I wanted to do is to move this color palette a bit down. So I can maybe give this one a bit more space. These could be interesting clouds, maybe. String jars again. Let's ban string jar. Let's remove it. So only by using these interesting highlights, we can somehow see that these are some like clouds or a plume of a cloud or maybe an explosion somewhere. Man, you like the second one? Yeah, I like kind of the second one too. It's it's a bit ominous, but it's still a bit abstract and allows for putting some additional elements in the future. Let's just return to the second one a bit. So basically these are all sketches started with a very simple thing. This program is called ArtRage, Manji, and it's one of my favorite painting tools. Let's make this thing also a plume of some kind. It's a bit bigger. Manji88 says you'll have to try ArtRage. Definitely you should, because it's really a good program for painting. If you like stuff like this, then it's the program for you. This is a lighter color, that's more contrasting, so let's pick out the reddish. What size screen are you working on? I'm watching on a 22-inch monitor and the brushes look tiny. This is the pencil tool. Yeah, it does look tiny. Let me just pick a color. This is the size for the pencil. For the oil brush is like, that one is bigger, definitely. And for the pastel tool, it's also like medium size. You can get smaller, definitely. But the pencil definitely looks very, very small. Let's reflect this in the water. Yeah, the pencil really looks small, so yeah, it's even hard for me to see it, but I'm used to use it. So I remember sometimes having to click somewhere on my screen so I can see where I am. Yeah, the pencil tool is definitely very, very small. Let's add another orange tone. It does not help that I set my canvas to be a bit more gray. Not helping at all. So I removed this dark color from the beginning completely. There is no let's change our colors down here. Let's keep in the darker just for if we need it. Sample this yellow. I noticed that you don't zoom in either. Yeah, in this stage I don't. It's just something that I don't remember doing because it's kind of unnecessary. But yeah, I can zoom in a little bit. Like zoom in here. I kind of like things being visible on the screen all the time. Maybe at this stage it will help me to see my image a bit better if I zoom in. So thank you for the suggestion. This is maybe a nuke or just a big storm cloud. It's passing by. At this stage I usually don't really zoom too much. When you zoom in, you can start painting in too much detail, and painting too much detail is something that I don't like in this stage especially. These could be some trees just destroyed in a war or something like that. Undo. This can be symbolic, maybe just of a trench warfare battlefield, something like that. Also, for some reason I've been using this aspect ratio for the last several sketch pages. It seems interesting to me. I usually paint landscape format, and now I'm doing this portrait mode thing. It might be that it's interesting and different for me. I usually don't stick to landscape, but this now is kind of different, and I feel it's beneficial to switch it up a bit. Hello, no type. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for following. My name is Živko, and I'm a digital painter from Novi Sad, Serbia. And currently I'm painting a personal set of little thumbnails to see what could I do. Let's get a darker color in. Just to have a little bit of shadow here. So I don't zoom in too much. That's a definite thing. What I wanted to do, I wanted to maybe separate a bit these two. I will move these and how do you say your name? Shafiko? No, it's Zh. It's like Zhivko. That's how my name is said. Je, like the French je, something like that. It sounds like that to me, at least. Zhivko. Yeah, that's how you say. Ivko. Zhivko. Ko, or not ko, ko. Zhivko. Yeah, Zhivko. Serbian 101. Blip, blip, blip. I'm gonna do this and increase the size. Somehow now I want this to fit in with the other two. Zoom in. No. It's kind of hard to describe to foreigners because you don't really use half of letters that we do. You know the Jeeves, the guy somewhere, the English name Jeeves, like it's something. It's tough to explain. You just need to learn how to pronounce it. Do the Zh letter, so Zhivko is my name. Zhivko. Yeah, now it's better. Zhivko. You have to practice it. In Serbian, the word živ means alive, so my name is like Živko. It means like someone who's lively or alive, or to live long or something like that. Live long and prosper. Now I also want to return to this first one and give it a bit space to breathe, and let's take this, switch to my move tool. You can only move the guides if you're using like the transform function in ArtRage. That's one of these weird things that I maybe don't really like. But it's alright, I gotten used to it. I gotta do a contest. Whoever pronounces my name most properly and is not a Balkans people, they could get a little reward or something like that. That would be interesting, maybe. Who knows? So pronounce my name competition, yeah. Oh, I gotta add this dark tone to the bottom here. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe this is water here, down here. I don't already have two with water, so maybe now. We'll see. But I hope people that are here to see how I start some of my images are satisfied with the process, or at least having it a bit more clear as to how these things go in my world. It's never like a concrete one thing. Sometimes I improvise, sometimes I just get to a solution that's that works. Maybe this is some pillars, maybe. Let's see. Robin Slee says it was very helpful. Yeah, for me, I'm kind of no-nonsense guy. I try to make everything very simple and no frills, no. These are all from imagination. I did not have any reference open, and but I should have had some like inspirational images open, like some Pinterest board or something like that. I use Pinterest sometimes to help me with random image inspiration. Maybe this is a floating. The rock that floats. A little rock that floats. I can always say that having a bit of reference will definitely help you, but I'm not really a big fan of tracing. I'm not a big fan of photo bashing. I'm not a big fan of those things. They can be effective, but if you just want to do your art that's you, then better like do it through your own effort and your own painting. References definitely are important. If I ever start to make something out of these, I will definitely think about making mood boards, making something that will give me a better idea of what am I painting after all, you know. I'm switching to vivid light and see if I can somehow improve. As this thing here is some kind of light source, so I feel like we have to have a bit of more warmth to the image. I can just go ahead and have fun and put like a very desaturated blue here, just because it will be blue enough to notice, and it will add to our color spectrum a lot. Maybe here it is noticeable a little bit more. Nah. And now when you pick this color, it's almost desaturated yellow green, which is fantastic how color works. I just love it. It's also helpful to have your main light source interact with other things. Like reflect on the ground and have it a bit reflected on the ground and on the object behind. I can pick this. Little color I have here. Maybe this should be having some shape on the top. Nah. It can be maybe like this. Nah. I'm being very subtle with this pencil tool, and now let's try to change my canvas color again and make it dark gray, just to see how they hold up. Yeah, I have a few spots here and there that shine through. So just cover them up a little bit. I'm having a neutral gray as the background. Maybe I will stay, maybe I will leave it like this, who knows. Just for the sake of difference. For the sake of difference, I can leave that pretty gray color in the background. also try making some of them different hues. Let's try and mess around with this one a little bit. Edit, filters, adjust layer colors. So let's see, brightness down, contrast up, hue. No, we won't do it. This is probably horrible whenever we move it. Oh, my throat hurts for some reason. I'm really not sure. Let's add a bit more contrast. That would be a good move, maybe. It kind of lacks a bit more contrast. Brightness -5, contrast 17. Yeah, let's keep it like this. And for this one, you can also try and add a bit of contrast. I don't usually, whoops, cancel, wrong filter. So adjust layer colors and just try to move it the hue side a little bit, just a little bit, to see what I get. You know, sometimes gets really wild results when you move this hue slider a lot, but for this one, not sure if I want to move it at all. Maybe I kind of like this green. Maybe this could be good. Yeah, I can move it just a little bit. Add a bit of contrast. Maybe you'd see how it looks with more contrast. So I can tend to be very subtle with values, and sometimes you don't really need to be subtle with values. Sometimes you like to have a bit more contrast on, and on this one, maybe, let's see, if we adjust layer colors and just move it to a different blue, which is more just 1-2 steps, just one step, and add more contrast. Go a little bit. I'm doing very subtle changes, so it's not even noticeable in the end. But it's very fun to paint these. So what I wanted to imply on the third image, I wanted maybe to imply that there is little like skull thing in the background, or something ominous, something big. And you can do it with very little. You don't have to add too much detail. That's what I always try to say to people. I like to imply things. That's one of my favorite things to do. And in recent years, not maybe even years, a few years maybe, I've been trying to almost devolve and have less details in images. Yeah, it's a long process, but I think brought me a lot of joy and brought me a lot of, like, brought back this little spark that I had. It brought me more interest in painting. I felt that sometimes I'm just rendering things and it's boring. I don't like to render things. So I searched for a solution, and the solution for me was to try and do stuff with more color, with more soft strokes, with more abstract thinking. And the one thing that I should always remember to do is to save, you know, because I forgot I did not save once this entire stream. Doodles. Six, 17. Save. So each one of these can now become a bigger painting, or like advanced. I like to call them advanced drafts or sketches. And I will probably, if I work on them, I will work on them on streams, so you can know, you can see and have at least a full process for several of these images. And my patrons on Patreon will probably get time-lapse videos and this recording. Oba. I will probably be able to post this to YouTube within the next several days after, as this stream is exclusive to Twitch. But I will soon be able to share it on YouTube. So if you're a patron of mine who don't have to take care and be on my stream, you can see these videos. But it's better if you're on my stream. I enjoy it more, because the saddest thing is when I talk to myself and like there is nobody on the stream. And I want to change this song. I think I will keep this gray background. It's kind of interesting. Canvas color. Yeah, it's almost halfway gray. Manji says, we are here. Yes, I know, I'm always bitching, I'm sorry. I'm always I'm not bitching, I'm kinda... it's easier to... I mean, it's more twitchy if you have people to talk with, but I know that people are lurking and checking this out from afar. So you don't have to be super active. I must say, I do enjoy when I have some people to talk with, but also a few people told me that I get lost when I talk with people, and then I get lost and then like I don't remember my points when I come back to them, so that's a double-edged sword, you know. Having people to talk to on your stream is a double-edged sword. I mean, I hope everybody's enjoying this. Now I'm starting mostly to noodle on the images, and this is the sign that I should be either making new sketches or ending the stream. So when I start noodling like this with small details you can't even see, then that means that these sketches can be worked on further, but so I'll probably ending the stream in like 10 minutes or so, we'll see. I have to thank everybody for hanging out, that's really nice of you guys. Let's add more what is this? This could be a little spaceship. Of course, it's everything is a spaceship in my world. You can't go without a Space Kitty reference. Yeah, you can't go without this. May be a Space Kitty reference. This may be a flying Space Kitty. Because why not? No one knows what it is. It's a Space Kitty. And it's holding a space lump of yarn, space yarn. Oh, why doesn't this pick colors properly? Sometimes ArtRage can really be difficult for picking colors. That's one thing I noticed through all this time painting with it. This is a Space Kitty. Now let's make it better. This is why I don't zoom in ArtRage when I'm doing this. At this point these lines get very lost and you can't really say what I'm doing. But yeah, Space Kitty. It's a hover kitty. So you can see it looks best zoomed out. And when I zoom in, then you can see all the roughness. I mean, many things are not solved at this stage. Just the basic outlook of the image. That's this maybe is also a Space Kitty, but it's too small to see. Also, we now have to update our color. So let's add just more here. So we make this sketch the same size. Robin Slee says, just found a new feature, hold on the light alt GR button. Alt GR button. I don't have, oh, here it is. And hold pen to tablet. No, for me it doesn't work. For me it's when you pick the color and press Control, then you get this, but it's really wonky, because once you go into it, I lose control of it. So this is not as good as the Photoshop one. So as you see, if you can see, let's switch to oil tool or some bigger tool. Alt, so normal Alt and Control, and then press down. You can get this hue, but it kind of disappears. You can see you can move the pencil around, but once you enter this circle, it disappears. The cursor, it's too light, you can't see it. I wish if I could change the color of this HUD picker background, because that's what fucks up. You really can't see. I can see it very lightly, but still I lose it very easily out of my sight. And then when I move into this square, then I can see it and all, but once I move outside this square, I mean diamond shape, and outside this picker shape, it's not really good, for me at least. So I prefer just picking and selecting color. I rarely use this because it's not like Photoshop's. Photoshop's HUD picker is much better because it just lets me quickly move the color to where I want. For example, if I click here, it would exactly take me to this color that I have picked, and then I would just move a little bit to one side and then leave it and get the new color in. So that's why I don't really use this HUD color picker in ArtRage. I wish it's a bit better, but yeah, what can you do? They're already doing a lot, for me at least. I've been really enjoying ArtRage since I got it. I also have a legal license. They gave me a license when they did an artist feature for me, so I was super happy to get a license for the program from them directly. I had ArtRage 4, but I did not have ArtRage 5, so thank you Ambient Design for giving me ArtRage. Let's just get one guide down to see how my images are in the vertical sense. Alright, they're good. I encourage everybody to try ArtRage. It's really a really good piece of software. What could I do here more? Maybe I could make this like an underground. Maybe there is some structure here, maybe some pillars. So I love pillars, I always use them in my images. I'm using one long stroke, so I can always undo easier later. So I just fill everything with what I wanted to fill it in, and with just one long stroke or two longer strokes. I mean, ArtRage has a lot of undos, but sometimes it's easier like using one or two longer strokes where you don't lift your pencil from the tablet, and then just see. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see that just two undo steps, and alright, I see I'm beginning to yawn. So that might be a good step for, I mean, a good idea to stop the stream. But before that, I just want to do this and expand a little bit here, because I'm always talking about giving my images a bit space to breathe, and let's do that. So I put these guides in just to see if I skewed the vertical or the horizontal. That's why they are here. The image should not be up to there, but I sometimes just make it up to the guide. And also I really like ArtRage's brush resize. It's very simple. I don't need to use my keyboard. I can just use the shift on my tablet. Just grab the size and grab the brush and resize it as I wish. I kind of like how this gray turned out to be. This gray background, it's real nice. Let's pick this blue and add it here, and this, and this. Just go into my preferences for a second. Advanced preferences, JPEG quality, store backup files for input device. What did I want? No, I wanted to check my selection. with lighting, expand area 50%, hue, luminance, saturation, current layer only. Okay, so this speaker works. I'm just trying to sample this warmish color here. These are maybe some flowers or something like that. So there ain't any characters in these sketches. That might be like the thing that I should maybe think about adding. But nah, I don't feel like having them here. Maybe on this one, the first one, I could add like somebody standing on the shore, like maybe some two people here on the shore. Nah, I don't feel like it. I want to be lonely, lonely sketches. Can add some life to them if I paint some like space, like hovering like spacecraft. Or just add in the highlights of them, like this. Maybe shadows or highlights, we'll see. No, I don't feel like it. Maybe a few highlights here. In the end, these sketches can always be turned into something else. It's nothing unusual for me to just keep the colors and make it into something else. Sometimes I am bothered with loneliness in my pictures. Sometimes, but not often. So just made hints for like maybe a character here. Nah, I kind of don't feel like they belong here. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It would be very crappy if I just painted some dude standing like with his back to us and looking at this, because this is such, when I see a painting when somebody's like, I don't want to be that guy that makes a ton of paintings that looks the same. Just one person that's like turned on the, like we see the back of a person and in the front there's something happening. Maybe this one could work if I put in like a ton of figures that are maybe looking at something that's coming here. We'll see how this looks. Maybe I'll be that guy that just makes a bunch of people standing around without any sense. Yeah, it seems like I'll be that guy now. I mean, that could be only highlights of not highlights, shadows of highlights of people. Don't know, not sure, man, not sure. Let's add some yellow here, let's see. I sold out, man, I sold out. We can put some of this yellow to all of these like figures and make it like a point that everything shines around their heads, and this might be like an invading army of shiny headed aliens. Yeah, this is how paintings get made. And you can see now how color relativity works. You can see this greenish color here, this one. When I compare it to this very light yellow, it's super dark and almost looks green. But when I put it here, then it shines yellow because of it's surrounded by darker colors. And that makes all the difference. So you have to always think about color relativity. So maybe let's try to make a more orange version of this color. And you can see how orange it looks when you put it here. It looks very orange, because it is. But surrounded by this yellow, it looks very dull and very desaturated, almost green. It's very little difference between the colors. this stream took a bit longer than I wanted. I haven't had a single drink of my Pepsi that I saved up for this. I'm talking too much. I hope you like what you see here, and these new changes that I made are completely different from what I started this image on. It's the funnest thing when you start with like, oh, okay, this can be rocks and this can be, and then you end up with something that doesn't look at all as what you started with. I mean, it looks similar. Where are my layers? Yeah, I only have one layer. I forgot to save. Let's make a signature layer. I want to put in signature. Where to put it? Maybe here. Alright, up there. It can be up there. I wonder what would be from these images. What will each of them end up looking at as? I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, I think it's time to go. Let's try to zoom in a little bit. You can see it because of the chat. Damn. Zoom out, boop, like this. Now let's zoom out a bit more. Alright, now you can see them. Alright everybody, thank you for hanging out with me on the stream. If you don't follow me already on Twitch, be sure that you follow me and watch my streams once or twice a week. If you particularly like what you see, you can always donate, you can always subscribe to my channel, which helps a lot. But the one thing that helps the most are Streamlabs donations at streamlabs/Zhillustrator. And becoming a patron at www.patreon.com/Zhillustrator. Your contributions directly end up in directly supporting me and what I do. And some of you here who are looking at the stream, you are my patrons. Thank you for that. And I hope you're happy with what your support makes and what your support makes possible. Next stream will probably be Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure. Maybe even tomorrow, but I can't guarantee because I have a rehearsal with the band tomorrow evening. So it will be not sure. Maybe Monday or Tuesday because I'm most come on, word. What's the word? Horrible. It's best suits me to stream at this time. Ended up ending the stream around 1 a.m. my local time. So Monday, Tuesday, something like that. We can expect the next stream. Maybe I can pick these up. Oops. Maybe I can pick these up and invest 3 more hours in working on each of these. And you can see how so I can make a little video process of how something starts from a very very low detail thumbnail to something that has context and details. We'll see how it will look. For now, I will keep them like this. You can let me know which ones are your favorites. When I post them on social networks, I'll probably do it not so much after I end the stream. And yeah, you can, if you're new to my streams, you can join me on my Discord server. I will now put the link in my chat. So you can join the Discord server. If you're an artist, you can feel free to post your artwork and let me know. We have a channel for feedback and discussion about artwork, so you can always share your works in progress with me and with everybody, and you can ask questions. You can just become a little like more private part of my followers and subscribers. You can join my patrons, are also on my Discord. When I have a patron only channel where I post updates when I upload something new. Also, again, you can follow me on all these links down below in the chat. So Twitter, Instagram, ArtStation, and Facebook. And you can become a patron at Patreon. So all the links are now out. You can see all the links in the chat. Feel free to chip in at Coffee, to chip in at Streamlabs, to follow on Instagram. I post sketches on Instagram mostly. On Twitter, I'm quite active on Twitter. I like being on there with a lot of fellow artists. It's really nice. And blah 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 blah. What else? Yeah, I think I said everything, and now I'm just padding the time. It feels like that. Thank you, Ruby A, bye bye, and Robinsley, thank you for supporting me so much, and I hope you enjoyed this first stream that you caught of me doing these things from scratch. I will probably give a time lapse of this soon-ish. We'll see. It depends on my schedule, because I'm moving to Germany very soon. So I'm not moving, I'm going to moving. Goddamn. I'm traveling to Germany in Stuttgart at Comic-Con. Will be selling my prints there and everything. Alright everybody, I should stop talking now and let's just end the stream right now and see you Monday, Tuesday, something like that, and on Discord and everything, blah 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 blah. Just horrible person.